So you're driving these roads, following along the Salmon River. The scenery is beautiful. You have an abundance of game just right off the side of the road. For me, this trip to Idaho, it's my 3rd year going out there for the fall elk hunt, and this is a bucket list trip for me. You go out there, and I mean, it's still the Wild West. You have all this Bureau of Land Management land everywhere. You've got ranchers just grazing their cattle in the roads, alongside of the roads, as far as the eye can see. There are antelope, mule deer, coyotes, mountain lions, moose everywhere. That'll draw in some road hunters. So we actually rolled up on a guy shooting a cow there off the side of the road. If I ever pack up and don't leave a note, that's exactly where I'm going. It's a beautiful place, untouched country, and I look forward to going back year after year. I took 10 days on this trip. My elk hunt actually ended fairly quickly, which I'm grateful for, but I had a lot of extra time, so I did a lot of scouting for clients that the guide had coming in next for antelope. What are you doing out here, boo-boo?
Out here feeding the bears, son.
Feeding the bears. What are you feeding them?
Little bread, English muffins, array of pastries.
Pastries?
Other baked goods.
Birthday cake donuts?
Birthday cake donuts. Random sauces.
Sausage. All right, so we're up here in the woods. We brought some bear bait up to this little bait station we got. We ran a bear off of it when we came up here. So we're gonna pour some molasses all over ourselves and see if we can get it to come back. Oh, bear breakfast there.
Breakfast of champs.
Oh, my boy got the powder for them schnauzers out here. Oh, Christina Aguilera rolled through.
Let's take that red bear.
Checking some pigs here at the second bait station. Got a few coming in. All right, so we went and checked the first bait station. There had been a big bear on camera, but it was only at night. We came up here to the other bait station and we bumped a bear off coming up here. So I did learn a lot about the baiting and running cameras and when the bears are most active. I can't say I was completely comfortable with the idea of the way they bear hunt out west. You're basically sitting on their dinner waiting on them to come back, and the bears that we had on camera were pretty big. I didn't necessarily want to tangle with one. A moose in the area, mountain lions, and we saw a huge black wolf on the way out there. Those are things I don't really want to get in hand-to-hand combat with, and you're out there, no cell phone service, no nothing, just you in the middle of nowhere. I had a good time. I'm glad I did it. Stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit. One of the coolest things that I saw while I was out there on this trip were these antelope. There were 2 bucks just running a doe, running her tongue out right on the side of the road. They were so focused on her, they didn't even care that I was there. And I watched this go on for probably 40 minutes. One of them was a nice shooter too, so it was a lot to be able to just sit there and observe this from, 15, 20 yards away. All right, so just to give you all a little idea of kind of what a lot of this hunt is about, we ride around on the high ground and glass and look and see where the elk are. And once you see where they are as far as like feeding in the field, you can kind of, get a good guesstimate of where they're gonna push off into the brush, because they don't wanna just stay in an open field all day. So they usually push down into the willows and bed down for the day. Right now I'm looking at a herd of about 200, 250 elk, and they're out here, fighting, mounting each other, whatnot. Pretty soon they're gonna push off into the willows, and I'm gonna get down and try to cut them off and get some footage up tight and see where they bed down for the day.
can move.
All right, I gotta jump this creek here. All right, so that's all the elk up there. That's the whole herd up here feeding on this alfalfa, chasing around, having a good time. I am on the property line right now, so there is nothing more I can do other than sit and hope for some reason they push down out of that lush green alfalfa and decide to hide back here in these willows. Alright, so we've got some elk coming this way. I can hear them in the water and coming through the willows right here in front of us. They're making their way up to the other big herd of elk that are up in the alfalfa field right now. We got a bull right up here in front of us, about 150 yards. He just kind of popped out of the brush up there. I happened to notice him staring me down. This is the area where they all crossed at yesterday morning when I got the first video. I was coming down here to look for broken tips off my bull's rack, and here's this dude sitting right here by the crossing. So we've got the whole herd up here in front of us. We're trying to move up. There's two good shooting bulls in the group. Get ready. There he is, there he is, there he is. Right in the chest. Hit him again. Nope. If he comes out, clean shot. Take your time. He's done, he's done.
Some other guys were in there ready to go in.
Oh boy, busted.
I'm just gonna set this one right here.
Yeah, right. They're 4-wheel low this time.
So the hunt went great. We really pinpointed where we thought the elk were going to come down out of the alfalfa fields. As you could tell, it was kind of tough getting through those willow thickets. I mean, they're a half a mile wide, and you're crossing creeks and crawling through mud, and it's super thick. You just have to kind of put yourself in position to get a shot on the animals when the time comes. The elk are tough. I took my 7 mag. My grandpa bought it for me when I was, I think, 15 years old. So it kind of meant something to me, taking that gun. I took a 168 grain bullet, and this little bullet is what we pulled out of that elk. I will never do that again. I'll take a larger caliber. I'll take a much heavier bullet if I ever go on a gun hunt. I try to draw an archery tag every year. I've had tag soup the last 2 years with an archery tag. So this year I missed the draw, so I bought a gun tag, and honestly, I marked a huge check mark off the bucket list. Ever since I was a kid watching TK and Mike videos, I wanted to go out west and kill an elk. Like, that's a bucket list animal for me, and Hagen put me on a true trophy. So I couldn't be happier. We went into town to my favorite bar. It's called Bucks's. We went in and had a little celebration, shot some pool, watched some old man, swinging women around the dance floor, two-stepping. Overall, it was great. I can't wait to get back, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
I'm out here with my guide, whatever that guy said his name was. He's a Mormon leprechaun. We're going to my favorite shithole bar here in Chalice, Idaho. It's called Bucks's. I don't know if you'll be able to see us after this because the smoke inside, but it should be a great time. Stay tuned.